Hello, hello. So we are starting Talos Principle 2 right off the bat. Just launch it. Interestingly enough, the previous Talos Principle was on their own engine, which is of course called Serious Engine. And this one is Unreal Engine 5, as everybody's favorite apparently. Well, what am I supposed to have the brightness on? It doesn't say like, hey, this is you're not supposed to see this and you're supposed to see that. Usually, I don't know. Um, it seems fine. Use piecewise as RGB gamma suitable for PC monitors. Disabling this will instead use pure 2.2 power gamma suitable for output to a TV. Okay. What? If you have history of epilepsy, okay. Players should also reactions to the game or video content. Flashing lights. Okay. Sound. I think that's good. The menu. Come on, it had such a cool menu before. What is this? So much more generic. I think maybe let's go with like 20%. Oh. Yeah, this is way worse. What is this? DLCs? Take the next step forward in the story of the Talos Principle and a thought-provoking, character-driven, interactive narrative. Engage with the diverse spectrum of puzzles, each offering a unique challenge in depth and complexity. I guess those are DLCs that I don't have, and I don't have money for it, so we'll just go with the Talos Principle. Okay, let's see through which logical hoops they need to jump now to have an excuse for a second game. A new bud. And you can see your legs. Okay, that's nice.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
Graphics. Starting in the deserts, I also enjoy that. It's a bit weird to have wobble. Disorienting. I wonder how much people would play this first, and then the first game. Because now we kind of have to go through like a bunch of things we already went through before. Because they need to teach new players. Something wrong. Something was wrong, like with VSync for a sec.
This land is but a dream. You will stay here only for a little while. Soon, you will awaken in a new world. But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help me prepare your vessel.
Okay. So we could assume prepare your vessel.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
So I'm still the protagonist, but now we are solving puzzles in a dream for no reason. Before we needed to be trained and like selected to be the best choice to be uploaded or initiated. I don't like this. This looks worse. Must forge the tools by which humanity will rebuild itself and transform the world into the Eden that it never was. You should have stood silent, blacksmith. Lasers. Got flags.
You may linger in my garden for as long as you wish. But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you, and this place is only a dream.
This weird emoji. Ah, there's no animation for setting? Why? That's a cool thing. The hell? It's like what is this?
Well
Puzzle.
done, my child.
Strange. Like, it's so less detailed, and then come closer. And VSync? What the hell? Do I need to lower my settings? It is off. I guess this is better. Quality custom. View distance near. I don't really experience much lags. Okay, Ultra, I think on the Unreal Engine 5 was pretty bad. But Orcs Must Die, I don't know. Maybe this. Still fine. I wish it could just detect what hardware you have and put accordingly. Yeah, let's... Okay, let's push it a bit. Let's see if I could do Ultra. Auto detect. Oh. Okay, it goes to custom. But it was fine. Okay, yeah, this is too much. There's a third person.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
Yeah, I don't know, these puzzles so far. Do we really need those? Also, where's the green door? Like, no animation that was before. Those are not reflective. What the hell? Why is it downgraded? Why is it worse? What the fuck?
Very good.
Yeah, it does start to lag, dropping frames. Yeah, auto detect, but with the ability to see further. I'm not sure what exactly this means. How it's like about objects. I wonder is there a way to change your camera? Yeah, field of view. Wait, that's not in the right direction. There we go. Eh. I think that's good. The field of view was very strange and like very close. I don't know. It might be my just hardware that is not good enough for Unreal Engine to be to have like the best graphics, but it just looks worse somehow. Things pop out. In environment. Laser is also kind of strange. What's happening with this color? It becomes a bit green. Up. But what was the thing with this vent? Why did I turn it on? Is that for a star? So, I'm not sure. Gotta be outside. And then, like, just gonna send things here, which I don't need. Or did it just send the box here? The world is full of limitless beauty, and I wish to see as much of it as I can. Like, I could even barely tell that it was on.
Excellent.
This again.
I am proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem. And there your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
Wings. Deselect. What? Oh. But the right click is the same as the left click? Why do you need to hold it then? I don't... Alright, well, maybe they decided to give like a short tutorial for people who haven't played the games and then get on with the real puzzles. That's why this beginning is so goddamn boring. Or they put all the good puzzles in DLCs. And when I was setting up the stream, I saw that there's like 10,000, 12,000 like subscribers for the first game, and then like 1,000 for the second one. I wonder why. Oh wait. Where's first? Here? Yeah, look, it's green for some reason. Why is everything so ugly? Like the textures of the walls, pretty good. But the like connectors and everything, they just don't blend with the environment well. Something fucking wrong with this. Connector. Oh. I can keep connections with the right click. I think you could have done that in the first game too, but I wasn't completely aware. I remember pressing it accidentally. Good thing they have a better UI for that thing now. Well, more descriptive, I guess. Better word for it. I like that they are doing a bit more with the wires. It's nice. So you could tell what goes where.
Thank you, child. I have finished preparing your vessel. Now, hear my advice. A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders.
I thought you died.
Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined.
Why couldn't you stay dead?
In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human.
I will be human. What about the voice of doubt? Is it also with us still? Is it a canon that this character took him with them?
Step into the light, child.
Whatever happens, we're in together. No numbers. Ah, so much more lazy. I mean, like, they had to figure out new engine, I guess. They just didn't have time for
You're awake.
making it
Welcome to
better.
the world of the living.
I'm alive!
Indeed you are. And I'm glad to see you're so enthusiastic about existence. But I suspect you're also more than a little confused. Don't worry, everyone is confused at first. You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions.
Oh, so we're not the same character? Or are we? I thought we already woke up in the first game. Or we just... Okay, I guess we'll find out soon what's going on. I could really use some pointers.
Of course. You want the short version or the long version?
Longest one you have. I want to know everything in excruciating amounts of detail.
All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet. We call ourselves human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization. But unfortunately, their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate, and an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost.
Yeah. Didn't they have advanced medicine too?
That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making
Yeah, couldn't
war
they just
and so
had
few into useful research? It's hard
gas
to
masks
understand.
on
But no
all the
matter the
time?
reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time.
So where did we come from then?
A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor. The simulation was controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position.
It's kind of stupid. Like, Elohim's supposed to have been a program that just checks if certain conditions are true, but somehow he became sentient, even though it wasn't even designed in the way where he would like train himself and learn things. That doesn't make sense. He didn't seem to that bad when he spoke to me in my dreams.
When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think. You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
Why do we need a sleep mode? It's like charging? Why do we need to sleep? Couldn't we just charge and be awake at the same time? Was there anyone else in the simulation?
Yes, there was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive, a project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way.
And the simulation created us.
It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder.
God damn it,
Although
her?
the name she took was Athena. She then woke up Cornelius and Eustathius.
God damn it, we still have genders.
Together, using
Even
the
with the
tools left behind
AIs?
by the progenitors team, they created 10 more humans. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions. Athena and
Smells
the
of
First
religion.
Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem. But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await her return.
And how do I fit in?
Before the Founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal. Capital G and all. To make 1,000 new humans, and so complete New Jerusalem. Well, that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it.
So what's the unofficial story?
Some of the First Companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
And what do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind.
Thank you, that was very exhaustive.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them.
Why do we need to blink?
When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you. Your birth is quite the event.
We don't need a nose and the mouth. Why can't we just communicate through Wi-Fi or something instantaneously? Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old. I wasn't one of the first companions, but I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning.
Will there be more new humans after me?
You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born. Now, New Jerusalem is complete, and we can live in balance, without damaging the world like our ancestors did.
So I'm basically
That's the orthodox view, I
Jehun,
suppose. But there are
the last
many
one.
who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself.
Why do you have so much saliva in your mouth when you speak? Hold on, am I immortal?
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
What will you do now that your job is obsolete?
I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it. I guess for now I'll just take a break and we'll see what happens.
I'm ready to get going.
Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool, and modular too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
And nobody decided to hack you all just yet. Like that would be the primary problem with these droids. One of the droids might just decide to figure out how to mind control them all. This is no dialogue. Just level 33. Running.
Look, it's 1K.
Everyone is naked.
Hey 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting. At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, Many years ago, when the Founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The Founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the Founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that? People of New Jerusalem,
Prometheus.
I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
What? Okay. Yeah, it tries to be more cinematic, but I don't know if it needed to be.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's
Half-Life
something up with those
inspired.
structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation.
It kind of feels like the start of
Exploration, too dangerous.
Skyrim.
Expansion, too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Tries.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the Founder and all that nonsense.
Been living several centuries
If
already.
you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
Oh, I guess, yeah, they built a bunch. They still haven't discovered clothes or accessories. I mean, I feel like if droids were like human-like, then they would have something. Like, they don't need to hide private ports or anything like that, but there would definitely be more like accessories or something. They have different paints, I guess, but it's not even all that interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's better than the first one where they were all the same. Josephus. Nothing. To be constant, remember the goal. What is this language? Because it's not QR. The new language they've made up. It seems worse than words.
What's broken now?
So So Prometheus could be like inside their brains, some kind of common virus. Like it couldn't be just flying around in the air physically, right? That would be weird.
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy.
Thank
Great
you.
way to start life in the city, huh? What the
How do you
hell is
access
a jiffy?
the
These bloody language libraries.
views they've been talking about? They never taught me that. Why do I need this dome? They don't act like they don't really run on air, except for the other trees. Well, it's at least ambitious. Where are the puzzles?
Hey, hold on there. You're the
666.
newbie, aren't ya?
Doggy.
Number 1000. I figured the dam would go dry before we reached the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
I don't believe in feelings. I'm just a machine.
Do you want to get on the non-cooperative path with me? Because that's how you get on the non-cooperative path. It's not fun.
You're right, it's not fun because I can't have fun because I don't believe in feelings.
It's kind of frowned on to say that sort of thing around here. But the truth is, I think exactly the same. But let's you and I keep that between us, alright? Now listen, this meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out.
I'm curious to meet these people.
Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker. And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
But they already hacked in, and some parts of reality is actually like replaced by something else, like in Invincible, Cecil White Rooms.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand,
Oh,
Herman.
he's number
Or
7?
under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Can anyone fill me in on what's going on?
Of course. I'm sorry you've been dragged into this. I'm sure this sort of adventure
Why?
is the last thing you were looking for on your first day.
Why on this tightly closed meeting while being basically a baby, a newborn? Am I special in some way? Actually, I think this is fascinating.
Ha! See? A fresh mind is open to the possibilities. Yakut, I think it's time for the briefing.
All right, here we go.
You could.
Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that
real
projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
This sounds like a mystery worth investigating.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved.
Scroll.
Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
The fuck? Oh, okay. So during the dialogue, you can't read it. Well, you can't scroll it. I'm in. You can decide not to go. What will we be doing? Will the game actually split into paths, and there will be like something to do in the city and then something to do on that mission? This is very weird. Like, I thought I were playing a puzzle game. Now it's like this like interactive story for a very long time.
Excellent.
Guess we'll see where it goes.
This is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
But you should really balance these things out.
Do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Explore New Jerusalem.
What can I do for you, 1K?
52? Yikes. How do you feel, Byron, about Byron?
He is one of the first companions, and
Let's
as
suck
such
up
has
to
done more for our city
mayor.
than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable.
What's your vision of the future?
I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world. Finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us.
Isn't the whole problem that the humans in this world didn't explore it enough to save themselves? Like, they weren't progressing fast enough in medicine, and they couldn't figure out how to save themselves against this new virus that they discovered. Or I guess you could say that they've discovered the virus because they were meddling in a lot of discoveries in like Arctic, and they shouldn't have. But like, it's a ticking bomb. Like, eventually they would have stumbled upon it, or on something else, or an asteroid would hit them, and they would go extinct anyway. How did you decide to become involved in politics?
It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off.
So I want to say, for like a century, or maybe even centuries, nobody tried to kill each other or do a rebellion or go by themselves somewhere or just accidentally dying.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
Who are you?
I'm the mayor's chief aide.
What do you do around here? It's pronounced aid. I always pronounce it as AD. Because this is how it looks. Guess it's some French word or something. What do you do around here?
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
What do you make of recent events?
Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
What are you doing? What is this? What do you think of me?
You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further.
What do you want?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Why wouldn't you vote on it in democratic manner then? Thanks, I won't keep you any longer. But they still have... What the fuck? Why is there 2 Z-axes? What a crap. So to explore, I need to go here.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you.
Gehenna Memorial.
And may the founder be with you.
They actually died, these guys. Or... There was the blacksmith. Did they get uploaded to everyone's dreams? Content available. How do I access that? Tab? Yeah. The fuck was that? Welcome to New Jerusalem social media. Please familiarize yourself with the following rules. Treat everyone with respect regardless of their number. Don't take the founder's name in vain. Respect the principles of the goal. The Are Frogs People discussion is now banned. That's a reference to an Easter egg you can find in a DLC. Jesus. About like Serious Sam, which apparently is a canon. Inactive threads will be archived. If you have any issues, please ping the moderators Jeremy, Niam, Aronax. Where did they pull their names from? Jeremy. I know you all have been looking forward to playing the winners of the biannual Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Exhibition, now in its 312th edition at the Gehenna Memorial Pavilion. Unfortunately, due to our new power management and distribution plan, the pavilion will have to remain closed a little longer. Thank you for your patience. Letitia. This is disappointing. Would have been great to have them ready for completion day. Oh, it's nice that they have their numbers in commas. I mean, brackets. Because I don't remember what was 666's name. We all have to make sacrifices to stay true to the founder's vision. Those text adventures are the only thing that breaks me out of the monotony. Why prioritize this pointless completion date celebration over the exhibition that people actually care about? Art is one of the last things we actually still do. Is that going out of the window as well now? Debate regarding our power management plan is definitely welcome, and you will all be able to express yourselves in the next election, but this thread was just meant as an announcement. I apologize for enabling replies to begin with. Wait. Oh, they have their own avatars. How did you make that? Did you screenshot your dream? Or is that an art installation? Seriously, what the founder was that... Seriously, what the founder was that thing in the sky? I guess they use that as like Jesus Christ. We all saw that, right? I didn't accidentally turn on sleep mode where Herman was talking, did I? I mean, it's always tempting. Herman? No, we all saw it. Can't confirm. I believe it was a sign from the founder. What else could it be on this day of all days? Pretty incoherent of a sign. It didn't even finish whatever it was trying to say. What does the founder have energy insufficiency problems too? The founder works in mysterious ways. You all saw that he got trapped by something. Aren't you like AIs that's supposed to be very intelligent and pick up on these things immediately? Elohim wasn't working hard enough. I don't think it was a sign. Out of the mouths of babes. How could such a remarkable display of unimagined powers not be a sign? It's something, but not necessarily the founder. Sounds reasonable enough to me. Something weird is going on for sure, but what? We'll have to see. Riddles and puzzles are the foundation of our journey. So it began, perhaps, so it will continue. Herman Nibus, the mayor. Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, it's great. He had basically that voice I've been doing for Mr. Mulciber. It's easier for me. Hard work on faith in the founder's vision has finally paid off. At long last, the goal established so long ago will finally be reached. The 1000th member of our family will be born, and our beautiful city will finally be complete. As space at the dam is limited, tickets will be made available via a lottery system. The celebration will also be streamed. It's 1,000 people, it's really not that much. Alcatraz Protocol, standard expedition procedures. Of Whittington's cat and another cat that visited strange countries. These are the standard operating procedures for expeditions, just uploading them to remind Byron, who will probably ignore them anyway. Attaching a picture from an ancient book to get his attention. Oh. Where is this? Where is this from? Dick Whittington. Maintain the ideals of the founder and the goal, which we don't know. Prioritize the well-being of the expedition members over mission completion. One expedition member to stay by the vehicle at all times. Expedition leader should refrain from participating in high-risk activities. Minimize vehicle use to conserve fuel. Yeah, what are they using for fuel? And for like their own energy? Prioritize observation over interference. In case of emergency, return to New Jerusalem at once. Don't tell us what to do. Yakut. The island. The island is designated TTP-2. Was first noted during the return journey from a scouting expedition which was diverted from its intended path due to an unexpected weather front. Long-range scans indicated the presence of large artificial structures and also returned highly unusual energy readings. The matter was not investigated further. In ancient times, the northern part of the island was home to several large settlements, but Rising sea levels have obliterated these and flooded the northern lowlands, okay, so Netherlands. The south, in stark contrast, seems to be a harsh and lifeless desert. Our intended base camp is near the origin of the energy readings in the temperate center of the island. I wonder if it's in... was it ever specified where the project was built? Is it in Croatia? The country next to... close to Italy? I guess Slovakia? Slovenia? I don't know. That's where the developers are from. But everyone speaks English and have names like Alexandra Dren. Just testing the system to see if it works properly this time, so we don't have another incident like when Pellegrino uploaded his poetry to the public log. Why are you spamming? Why do I need to see this? The fuck is this? Oh. It's like a whole log of conversations that we had. Jesus. Okay. I see you have something to say.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
You know, they really dodged the bullet here, because you can't say their faces are lifeless, because they're supposed to be lifeless and static. Or could be. Sure, go ahead.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
What's the problem?
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
What's geriatric? Relating to old people, especially with regard to their healthcare. So it's just old generators.
Geriatric.
What do you propose?
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs.
Nuclear fusion? Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
Why a referendum and not an election?
Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
What do you make of Prometheus?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's gonna start affecting us.
Tell me about Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
I wonder if everyone will have like a personality matching their name, like the Lord Byron being this adventurous guy who is liked by the ladies and who shagged his sister. Kind of fits with like the Explorer, and that 666 lady being like this shady and demonic in a way, like with the eyes. I guess if it was all random, like why the coincidences? I don't know what they're protesting about. They want different solutions for power? Sure. Would be nice.
Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Good luck with everything. Is this language really more efficient? If you were a bunch of droids, would you even need a language? Or if you had to develop a language, what would be better? I don't think it's that, but I mean, QR codes were a good idea in the first game, I think. Can you really just explore the whole city? They specifically said not to go in water. It's like basically getting a cancer faster.
Nice to meet you.
469. Ew. Is it like racism but numbers? Jahan Memorial Exhibition. How do they know about that? Didn't it happen in Athena's head? The first... No, wait, that didn't even happen with in Athena's head, because it happened in... No, wait, it did. It did. But we were playing as copy of Uriel, who wasn't a part of Athena, but it was an Athena's simulation while the world was deconstructing in that like split moment. And they ascended in her head, I guess. And maybe she like told everybody about it and said like, hey,
speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
It's possible.
Exactly. We've shown them we can live in peace, and they've decided to make contact.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
I still can't believe it's still going. Well, my theory is that maybe somebody else during the apocalypse was working on some kind of project, and the creation of that project eventually came to life around this time too. Or somebody hacked into their heads and messing with them now. Or yeah, well, it's about that. Or maybe like it might be connected to Athena in some way. It's like it was her plan and that now she decided to do something. I don't know. It directed us to an island somewhere.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
We may learn more by following its directions.
That was my conclusion as well. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
We can probably understand its meaning. What? Not sure what that means.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
Also knew English. The cause of the phenomenon is more technologically advanced than we are. No, I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, we're on the back foot. We need more information.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
You do have this like shared virtual newsletter media. I'd guess one of our kind is behind all this. Most likely someone outside New Jerusalem. I don't fucking know. Based on what I am supposed to know that?
Can I quote you on that?
Yes, but it's just a theory. A game
Theories are all we
theory.
can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline. Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's
Some
hope the mayor
weird
signs
blur,
off on
too.
exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition.
Why can't you join the expedition?
If Melville's going, someone has to stay behind to keep the lights on. I'm not letting Pellegrino near the dam. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
What is happening with the graphics? Post-processing? Motion blur depth and of field and bloom. Increasing this setting improves the quality of post-processes. Effects can also reduce performance. Will that make it less blurry? More blurry. That was horrible to look at. Those Linerks. I'll not remember these names. Yeah, I don't know, like... I'm not sure what they're doing here. Like, you take Hades, right? It's a roguelike game. You dropped immediately in the game and you play it. And during the game, you get to experience a story in short bits. And it's a good story. You don't... Like, if you're making a puzzle game, I don't see why you need to go through this whole section of story first to get to the puzzles. What is it even? I mean, like, if first game didn't exist, I guess it would have been less of a problem, because there would be a different expectation. But it's just not, it's not even better in any way. I mean, they went with this grand city, but it's pretty empty. It's just, you can look at it and run around. Dosicles. Oh. Cats are still alive, still kicking. Something scary about this.
Oh! It's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Are you alright?
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
Go ahead, tell me what's wrong.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
Finding new things. Contributing to society, no. Obeying orders, no. Pursuing my own... Who would pick their meaning of life obeying orders? Like, people who obey orders wouldn't say that about themselves. Love, combination of factors, spirituality. Yeah, there is no answer that fits. I guess pursuing my own self-interest.
You're not the first to think that way, but there's a reason most religions and philosophies warn against it. Even the greatest success leaves you feeling hollow.
Then where can meaning be found?
Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain, but...
But what?
But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
I think there's still a bit of a weird blur, like around his arm connectors, armpits, parts. So they have romantic relationships? But why? They don't need to reproduce, and I guess they have simulation of emotions? It's either this or that. I don't think love is important. I kinda like role-playing this one as heartless machine.
Well, that's how children think, and you are a child. One day you'll understand. Let's hope that it's not too late when you do.
Thanks for the chat. I should get going. Didn't they say, like, we should be careful about water, and yet they have water everywhere in this dome that they've constructed? They could have not had water here? What's the point? Like, it can't even rain here. Well, I guess for the plants. But then do they need plants? Because they don't need oxygen. Is it all just for aesthetics? What the hell is this? A Wii? Massage aid. Oh, it's a vibrator? Combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain, the ancient human equivalent of error codes. A piece of sanitary hardware used to dispose of biological excretions resulting from food and water intake required to power ancient human biology. Such hardware was connected to a vast network of subterranean pipes leading to wastewater treatment facilities, a classic example of ancient infrastructure used to control their impact on the environment. Neith was the goddess from Egyptian mythology. Okay, this guy's just purple. I was trying to like theorize on what all those names are.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you on the Completion Day stream. Hey, have you checked out all this ancient stuff?
What is a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. And I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Your diction is unusual.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack could give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
Oh, he's 2 times away from me. I mean, 2 numbers. So basically, siblings. He's like my cousin. Tell me about yourself.
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. It's pretty cool,
So
though, right?
half a year,
I mean, existence.
1 baby.
It's totally gnarly. I'm not sure if I used that right.
It's been about 50 years, but they could have like increased the speed over time. I guess it would start much slower and got faster. The production. So, what do you think about the goal?
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding and stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
Do you really think so?
Sure I do. When I first left the birthing lab, I was so overwhelmed that I hit a...
Got worse. Okay, let's try increasing
my quarters for 3 weeks straight. And if I'm being honest,
I think it's better.
That's sort of where I want to be right now.
I don't know. It's still blurry as shit. Tell me about these human artifacts.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump, and if they didn't, they freaking exploded. Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
What do you think Prometheus is?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
There is no such thing as ghosts.
I don't know, dude. If ghosts don't exist, why did they make so many movies about them?
I better be going.
Right, before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? I'm not sure I should keep this voice pack. What do you think? You're 1K, you're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
Voice pack. Well, can I hear a different voice pack and then make a decision? You have to learn to make your own choices.
You're right, dude. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna do exactly what you told me to.
Yeah, I don't think it will go away. Currency was an ancient human medium of exchange which played a significant role in their system. Also, what kind of government do they have? Do they even have money? Or is it communism. And the resource distribution. Intense conflicts sometimes erupted over the possession of these objects, leading to injuries or even deaths. An inflatable sphere used in the popular ancient human game known as football or soccer. This game was played around the entire globe and aroused great passion in its followers. It was also often simulated digitally, most notably in the form of Football Glory. What? Football Glory? Like FIFA is the most popular football game. The hell is Football Glory? Oh, invisible wall. Out of nowhere.
Founder bless you, friend.
Who are you?
The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises.
What are you doing here?
I'm meditating. Letting go of narratives like time and space and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it.
That sounds like nonsense.
Exactly. Just like the founder is nonsense. And that's why we must believe in her.
Do you see what happened to the dam?
Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it.
What happened to the dam?
Events occur, my friend, that's all. At the end of the day, we are all one. You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we are telling ourselves.
An ancient human projectile weapon used in hunting, warfare, law enforcement, crime, and personal protection. This Desert Eagle, really? Produced en masse and used around the world. On average, ancient humans killed hundreds of times the population of New Jerusalem per year. A jigsaw puzzle. Ancient humans derived meaning and enjoyment from problem-solving activities, as noted by the progenitor Alexander Drennan. While the item on display was created for small children, ancient humans of all ages voluntarily engaged in such activities. The ancient human mastication apparatus required frequent maintenance. This device is theorized to be an advanced electrical tool for this purpose, although some scholars may maintain that its actual use was ritualistic and intended to mark the sunrise and sunset. Okay. Printed edition of the complete works of Straton of Stygeria, the materialist philosopher who defined the Talos Principle, edited by Athanasios D. Huber. The simple utensil used to transport nutrients to an ancient human's mouth, often found in conjunction with a knife and spoon. That's but you never named it. Humans invented complex magnification devices in order to better understand the component parts of the world they inhabited. This led to major discoveries in biology, physics, philosophy, and many other fields. I think I've been everywhere. Maybe there's a part on the right I might have skipped a bit. So far it's just like museums and the ruins.
You've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete. Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
What's the dome for?
It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world, and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Doesn't building this huge dome consume too many resources? Seems antithetical to the goal.
You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become.
What? Society that lives in a dome? Like... isolated from the world? Does the world really need protecting from New Jerusalem?
That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later.
When is the dome going to be complete?
At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two.
I need to go. But can it actually be protect against anything? It's just glass. Oh, hello, Palkies. So I only have one chat, and on my phone, like I don't have an extra monitor, so it's YouTube chat usually. But I also do stream on Twitch. I think the game has more environmental puzzles, I believe, a lot of finding stuff in the overworld. Yeah, so if you want quicker responses, you should watch on YouTube or type on YouTube. So I'm guessing I'm going to be solving puzzles for this Prometheus. Maybe trying to release him somehow. Is there anything else to see? Is there a map? No.
Nice to meet you.
Alright, let's go to Byron. I kind of can see the part that I can explore. So that's the old city. Is that the dam? I feel like having the dam inside the dome would be preferable, because energy would be like food for these guys.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yes, this is an opportunity we can't pass up.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is gonna fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Nice to meet you. People call me 1K.
Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Yes. They call me the Wanderer.
Here
The
we go.
Wanderer.
Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path. A path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
Okay.
It really is incredible.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Already on.
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
So,
and touchdown.
who built this?
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order.
It's like
Yakut,
landing sites.
I want a map of the
That.
island and a molecular analysis of,
That.
well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will
Has
start
the
exploring.
parts of
Shouldn't the expedition leader
laser
stay at the
keys.
VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
What if I die?
Excellent. Then we can all go.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
God, it's huge. Okay, wait.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
How? Which coordinates? This way?
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what will be special? An explanation.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Well, they have the technology that you're using, the hand one. So, what do you mean by they? Your people. It's one of the 1,000 people, unless they started multiplicating themselves somewhere else as well. Combining lasers? On the universe, a fragment from Straton on the universe, Amitas. I grant you then that man is indeed like Talos and cannot escape his material nature, despite the claims of metaphysics, as you have many times said. Too many, perhaps. Or Straton. There is a guy named Straton. Repetition is the mother of teaching, and least when the students are hard-headed. But what does this tell us about the nature of the universe, which is what we were discussing? That is the next question we must undertake to answer. We begin with the self because that is what determines our existence as individuals, but the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle we have discovered to the wider world and ask if man is like a machine. Could it be that the universe is similar in nature? And if so, what follows from that fact? The use of the term metaphysics in this context is likely an error introduced in the Trebizond manuscript. The fragmentary Heraklion manuscript controversially uses superstitions instead. Or it's not a conversation between the droids? They just have the names. They took the names from the book. Noima Project. Schematics.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
That sort of looks like a temple.
Like, despite this supposed to be looking ancient, if you look inside the box, it's like almost pristine. Or like this. It's pretty new. Can I actually go through here? What? I wasn't entirely sure what to call this. It looks like a temple and sort of astronomy themed. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I do that. It doesn't seem to be active in any way, but I can't help but think that the design implies some kind of significance, like it's hiding a secret. But again, maybe my imagination is getting the better of me. What?
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net? I'm connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
We are in the center? Okay, so we could move somewhere.
Go ahead and try the capsule, 1K.
What about this new thing that just appeared? We're just going to ignore that and then you can't get there? Okay, well, what was the point of that? Lost puzzles, gold puzzles, lost lamps.
Where is the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Well, there's much more to look at now. is it real? Or is it also generated by the purple ghost? Just a waste of time. Let's just go. No signs.
Is that a puzzle?
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out. 1K, go ahead.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.
That device was not in the simulation.
Well, it already worked. But let's say so green and blue equals red. What? How does that make sense? Okay, so they just create a color that is missing. And you have to have two inputs. But the whole thing was in simulation before. They just recreated everything that wasn't in simulation. They also managed to figure out how to build force fields. Or it's all just imagination.
I'm reading an enormous energy spike.
It's another particle cloud. It's headed for the lake.
Prometheus terminal?
I think the cloud's been absorbed by some sort of device.
Fascinating. Melville?
Yeah. I'll add it to the pile of weird stuff.
Well, it's either hallucinations or somehow somebody develops insane technology that makes a particle cloud fly around and change matter that could restart a puzzle like magic. And they have force fields. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, but I do need... Can only connect from here, so... It's gotta be... blue and something. Blue and green.
I've been playing around with this machine that absorbs the particle clouds. As far as I can tell, it uses the energy of the particles to build giant tetrominos?
Excuse me?
It's another puzzle. Collect enough energy, build a bridge, access the tower. I think.
What is this, a theme park?
Maybe it's an experiment. A rat maze. It seems like an echo of the simulation. Not a deliberate recreation, but built around the same core principles. Let's not jump to conclusions, though. What's clear is that this place was meant to be explored. So let's do that.
Mission convenient direction pointer too. Alright, well, it seems like it's all around these new devices. Where's the second? Oh. There it is. Do I need green? We'll be crisscrossing. I can see how this could become very complicated pretty fast.
Keep solving these, 1K. Let's see where it leads.
How about you do something?
I ran the samples I collected so far. The soil sample results are in line with what would be expected in this type of environment. The samples from the above-ground structures, though, I tried dating them, but the results just don't make sense. None of the typical molecular markers are present. These walls could have been made 10,000 years ago or yesterday. I could try to estimate an age based on erosion and plant growth, but I'm not sure that would make sense given how weird everything else is.
Good work, Yakut. Keep at it.
But it can't everything can't be an illusion. Also, what the hell is this? Like, you can't stay on illusory grounds. Or, well, I guess you could bump into a wall, you think the wall is real, but like, you can't hang on something if it's not real. Really? Instead of like making less of this shit, they just added more. Now it's not stars, now it's like a spark that to get one you need to jump from a ledge. What the fuck? What is this? Hypatia Journal 1. Journals. Yay. From Hypatia's journal, the founding of New Jerusalem, Day 1. We finally set out from the dam today. The site that Athena and Cornelius picked for the city isn't far, but the vegetation makes the going difficult. We found the secondary supply site easily enough, thanks to Alexander Drennen's instructions, but while I still have to compile a detailed inventory, it seems that many of the more complex materials are in bad shape. They must have expected the simulation to fulfill its purpose a lot sooner, but then they probably expected all 12 of us to be there from day one, not just Athena. Tonight we have to use the 2 recharging pods that we brought from the dam in the 4-hour shifts, which is just as well. There is no telling what sort of creatures are hiding in the undergrowth, and most of them will have to learn that our kind isn't edible. So there was one robot who came online, and then what? And then she kickstarted or fixed the other bots. 12. Did they say there was like Athena and then 10? Where is the extra one? Baby steps. From the introduction to Are We There Yet? Where we came from, where we going, and why you will need snacks by Valerie Cantera Romero. Sometimes people point at the last few hundred or thousand years of human history and say, look at how ugly it all is. Look at what a mess we've made. Maybe modernity was a bad idea. Maybe we should stick to living like cavemen. And I get it. It is ugly and messy. But the mistake is thinking that where we are right now is the end point. That this is the adulthood of the human species. I mean, try to apply what you know about human development to human history. Think about babies. Babies are ugly, admit it. We all know it. They look like tiny old people covered in mucus. They have soft heads and they grow into children, tiny sociopaths with underdeveloped brains, and then they become teenagers, pimply, self-righteous lunatics driven by hormones, and then slowly, if you are lucky, they gradually become adults. The development of the human individual is always ugly and messy, but that's the point. It's development towards something. The same applies to humanity as a whole. On a geological scale, we've barely just came into existence. We've gotten through the baby phase, just about survived our childhood, but we are barely teenagers. Stopping here would be disastrous and a betrayal of everything that we could still become. We may feel the weight of history on our shoulders, but this is just the prologue to put it in pop culture terms. We haven't even made it out of the tutorial yet. Just because it's all pimples and hormones and frustration right now doesn't mean it's never going to change. Okay, how is this relates to the game? From Considerations of Beginning and Endings by Elwin. Also, why is it here? Is it a failed city site? It seems like it's written by people from the city, but we are in a different place. I think all that time Athena spent in the Dead City changed her. I don't think she had conceived of the goal before. I think she believed fully in the naively optimistic ideas of Alexandra Drennan, but walking through those ruins is a visceral experience, and she spent a great deal of time there looking for resources. It's the sheer amount of death that gets to me. How many animals or ancestors killed, many to the point of extinction. Entire species eradicated, sometimes for the most superficial reasons. Whenever humans arrived somewhere, death would follow. And then the great blowback, the deaths of billions of thinking beings, the extinction of humanity itself. It's too horrific to truly imagine, but I suspect the founder spent a great deal of time doing just that. That's when she must have realized that there was no way back to the regrowth obsessed, all-consuming civilization of the past. And yet you still have like a leader, basically like almost demigod figure that you created out of this first robot. Oof, raindrops. Yeah, I don't know. Why can't I pick them behind the glass first? Doki. We met in New Jerusalem, if you remember. I spoke to my friends. This whole mysterious island expedition thing has the city a bit on edge. They have some questions for you before I make any introductions. Do you consent to my gathering and sharing your personal data? Wait, what am I signing up to? Look, my friends just want some assurance that you are the right kind of person. If you want to know what's really going on, you'll have to play along. You can back out at any time, but if you don't engage with the process, then, well, you won't get to engage with the process at all. It's up to you. What if by consenting I will miss out on something else? I'll give you some advice, newbie. When your choices matter in this world, you'll know about it. When you face a dilemma and both options look good, then for sure you'll miss out something. But trust your gut and you can't go wrong. This right now is not one of those dilemmas. You should come along for this ride. That's my advice. Is that... I'm confused. Does the game actually tries to tell me that this is a choice? Or it tries to tell me that it is not a choice? Because this character wants to convince me to make a choice. She tries to manipulate me thinking that it's not a choice. Or it's another way around, I don't know. Well, let's see where it goes. Good choice. There is 6 questions. Standard vetting procedure will get the best results if you answer in whatever way is most true to you. Question 1. Which is more important for making good decisions, compassion or knowledge? Thank you. Question 2. Is it ever okay to lie or misdirect in order to keep a secret? Some baby questions. I see. My friends will be most interested in this particular answer. Question 3. When people do wrong, do they deserve to be punished for it beyond what is necessary for our own protection? like to be punished so the others, like excessively, so the others would think twice about doing something wrong. No, I would say it's kind of a manipulation of the crowds. It's not very just toward individual. That's one's controversial. I'm glad it's not me that has to answer these. Question 4, now it gets metaphysical. In your opinion, can the world be reduced to mechanical parts, or is existence just weirder than we'll ever really know? Well, we don't know the answer. It's just about like, what do you think could be an answer? I think I do believe that the universe could be eventually explored by, I don't know if it could be explored by human brains. I think we need some help. Well, I'm glad you understood that question, because it's so Greek to me. Question 5, can things really change for the better, for good? Or do good times and bad just come around in cycles? Well, things do get better over time, but the bad and the good still happen. I don't know, like, compared to the past, the bad things happen less frequently and in less intensity. I don't think there is going to be an answer for that. Eventually, change for the better is always followed by the change for the worse. No? What? Human progress shows things can get better and stay that way. It's a false dilemma. Is that dilemma even? I know it's difficult to translate our infinite reality into binary language. Nonetheless, I suggest, if you have any natural inclination toward either idea, you answer that way, even if it's not strictly correct. But if you insist, I'll communicate your apathy to my companions. Got it. I don't know if that one was metaphysics or politics, but good on you for giving it a shot. Final question: which is more important to the success of civilization, to respect the lessons of our past, or to rewrite the rules for our future? It's both. Well, I mean, you have to choose sometimes, I guess, but you need to like rewrite the future, but also looking at the past. It's all the balance. It's not. It depends. That's sort of a cop-out if you ask me, but on that note, I guess we are done here. Oh, hold on. I've got a last minute addition. It's a weird one. I know who this one came from. Alright, question 7. Can praying or for something make it more likely to come true? Okay, noted. I think that's everything I need. I'll forward your answers to my friends and let you know if any of them is interested in taking this things further. Alright, so this is the new Milton. Bridgering. Tetromino puzzles. What the fuck does that mean? Not sure what to call this. Bridge machine. Anyway, it's a device that takes particle clouds released by the puzzles and turns them into bridges made out of tetraminos. Correctly assembling a bridge out of 8 particle clouds is required to reach the tower, so clearly another layer of puzzles. Is this like an extra tutorial? What is this? Change that each of the structures on the island, with the exception of mega structure itself, is surrounded by a cluster of puzzles resembling those found in the simulation and our booting sequence. Completing a puzzle releases a particle cloud, which then automatically flies to the device. Jesus. Hey, I'm curious, has anyone actually met 1K? By founders, Pistons. I hope he's interested in mechanical engineering or something. We desperately need more people to keep the city functional, so we don't have to rely on Melville to repair the stuff that Pellegrino fixes. Hey, remember when you fixed the door in the mayor's office? How long was Herman stuck in there? You trapped one mayor in his office for a week and you marked for life. I hope he's an artist. What we really need is new stories, new ideas to lift our spirits. You know, if we just keep growing, we wouldn't have to worry about this, and we wouldn't have to imprison poor 1K in a cage for expectations. 1K will be whatever the progenitor intended him to be, and whatever the founders foresaw when she established the goal. He's really interested in history, which is an excellent start. Some of you could learn a thing or two from his attitude. Because I chose excruciating detail in the beginning. I want to explore. Looks like you got the perfect opportunity to treasure it, 1K. I've been begging to be assigned to a scouting expedition for ages, but I'm just stuck here in the city with the walls closing in on me. Getting to go on an adventure is a huge blessing. I still don't know why they decided to send just a new guy who was born this day on the fucking expedition. Okay, I think I'll skip reading those like pictures. They seem to be extremely fucking boring. Even for me. Wait, this is the same gates?
Another set of golden gates. These must be connected to the ones near the megastructure.
There was a harder set of puzzles in the simulation, right? And maybe they're like that. I know 1K is probably like, yay, harder puzzles. But to me, that sounds like error code 704. No thanks.
So there's no map, but I guess you could see things. The compass. Like, they made pretty fucking gigantic maps for the worlds. I don't know. Unreal Engine, I don't dig it so far. I don't like how it looks.
It's strange that some of these puzzles seem disconnected from the rest. Like it's all unfinished.
Or still evolving.
Not every trial must be overcome as its creator intended. Sacrifice one of your sparks and I will free the fire hidden in this labyrinth. So skip the puzzle, not even give a
Looks
tip.
like Prometheus has given us a way to circumvent some of these puzzles.
What?
So each puzzle has a backdoor. I guess the mythological Prometheus was kind of a trickster. So that tracks.
What are you doing? Why would you want to add that? Like, oh my god. Like, before they had this tip system, which was so great. I'll definitely mention it. Like, 3 tips for the whole game, and not for every puzzle, but only for some puzzles. And to get those, you need to like find an axe in the final like world hub and go around, figure out that you need to chop the boards, and you only have 3 for the whole game. Like, it's ridiculous that they decided that skipping puzzles is better. Like, for who are they trying to make this game? Did it even work? for whatever audience they've been trying to make it for? It seems like it did not. Wait, I don't even need to. It's lagging. I'm afraid we might need to go even lower. Upsampling method. TSR. Super resolution. What's the NVIDIA one? I don't know. It's even blurrier. Everything is so blurry. I can't stand it. Where are you going? Alright, oh shit. I need blue. That's a problem. I could use the box to maybe elevate this for now, so I could kickstart the door to be just open. Will it didn't work? Oh, it did work.
I have good news and I have bad news. Still no idea what those particle clouds are, but I've managed to fix the transport system. I mean, I fixed another bit of it. Well, it goes to one more station now. Don't complain. 2 stations are better than none.
What was the problem?
If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was sabotage. The whole system is a mess.
Let's not make any assumptions. Yakut, what does the next site look like?
It's a plateau in the mountains. Seems like more of an open area with scattered structures, less enclosed. Couldn't tell much from the drone feed. There's a lot of trees. Looks pretty, though.
Okay. Keep exploring, everyone, but stay alert.
A thinking man.
Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze and had but one vein, within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics. Yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that later. Oh, somebody else here. Byron.
Tell me, what did you make of New Jerusalem?
It feels like a museum.
That's what happens when all you can think about is the past. We had such ambitions in the beginning, but now it's all turned inwards. We've lost faith in ourselves, in our humanity. All we need to do now is finish that dome and we'll be trapped in our perfectly neat little tomb.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Of course, ask away.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm someone who was born a long time ago, when we couldn't afford to romanticize the past and demonize progress, when the value of human civilization was evident because it was so close to being gone. I'm someone who believes that human beings are important, terribly, desperately important, because intelligent life is rare and precious. I suppose you could say I'm old-fashioned.
What do you think about the megastructure?
It's a mystery. Not just because it's technologically far ahead of us, but because we genuinely don't understand its purpose. And I think that's wonderful. It's just what we needed as a civilization.
Oh, you just had everything figured out. You need another puzzle. What's the role of puzzles in our culture?
When Alexandra Drennan was trying to find a way of creating true AI, she stumbled upon the idea that curiosity and playfulness are core characteristics of intelligence. So she built the simulation around a game, because playing is part of what makes us human. We also retain some of that code, as I'm sure you noticed when you were booting up. Because of that, puzzles have always been important to our culture. To me, they represent the idea that the application of reason can lead us forward. None of which explains why these puzzles are here or who built them, but I think it shows that there must be some kind of intent behind them, perhaps a test.
You and Alcatraz seem to have odd friendship.
Because we disagree on just about everything, you mean? Well, here's the secret. Al is honest. He believes what he believes because it seems right to him, not because it gives him power over others.
What's up with the music?
In fact, I prefer that to someone who agrees with me just because I'm one of the first companions.
It needs to like go down in conversation, but or be changed a bit. Alright, Palkis. For her, these 3-color puzzles, then the puzzles where you have to record yourself. I guess. Map is confusing as fuck. Finding the puzzles is a puzzle itself. Well, it seems like in what do you call it, a compass, you could see like the question marks, and it's still bloated as hell, I would agree. Well, it would be weird if those structures were built by somebody else and these guys haven't noticed it in like centuries. Ah, what the hell, let's go 8. Whatever we can find. Okay, so it needs to also be powered. Get the blue. Okay. There we go. What's our problem here? Is it just that... Wait, there was a vent for some reason? What's stopping me from... this, I guess. What? Okay. I think I understand. Wait, but how am I going to kickstart this? But like, if it goes up, it could send a green beam. Fuck. Something else. Do I need to send blue? I don't know how that would change much. Kickstarting, and voila. Okay, perfect.
I am so glad I'm not in charge of solving these.
Yeah, I feel like these combining colors tools could become pretty complex. Like these are pretty easy ones right now, and I'm already a bit struggling to figure out. When you like introduce multiple of these all together, like 3 of these in succession you need to use, I'll probably get lost. Oh, frogs are still kicking. Probably better than before.
Interesting monument. Decorative for another puzzle.
Frogs are like dying out right now from fungi that got introduced by us. What was the story? Like, is it because of the research of penicillin or something like that? Somebody just oh no, wait, penicillin? I don't remember exactly, but it was kickstarted by us creating some kind of fungi that helped us in medicine, and then we kind of just dumped it out of the laboratory when it became not useful. But it also turns out that it's pretty invasive and could kill frogs very easily, and now like a lot of frog species are dying out all over the world from that. Oops. Which one is this? RGB converter. Okay, I'll remember that. That's our end goal. Blue and green. Alright. Well, can't I just... I guess not, it's gonna crisscross. I feel like there might be reason to go around? Might take too much. Almost. Fuck. I guess this thing could actually stand on the button. Yeah. RGB connector.
Melville, what did you just upload?
A photo?
I mean, technically you're right, but...
Is that? I can't tell what that is.
How did you even manage? You're literally taking a picture with your eyes, Melville. I don't even know how to make my eyes go out of focus.
Clearly you've never listened to one of Herman's speeches.
Some of us are busy doing actual science, not just sightseeing. Thank you.
What? What? What is this for? You should do it by accident? City News. The long-awaited birth of our 1000th and final citizen was interrupted today by an unknown projection in the skies. The projection, which identified itself as Prometheus, coded New Jerusalem inhabitants in the indecipherable incantations. In an interview with 1K1000, he suggested that the projection could be the work of someone outside New Jerusalem. This assessment appears to be correct, as the source of the projection was tracked to a remote, mysterious island. A team led by Byron 7 is now en route to find out more. Mayor Hermanubis 452 has once again called for calm and promises that New Jerusalem will be safe so long as its citizens do not forget the ideals of the goal as set forth by the founder. It is pretty weird that they have only like couple engineers for 1,000-member society. Like the less people in the society, like the more, like the less people are artists or managers or having like these jobs for spirit fulfillment. Like most of the jobs need to be practical, especially when they're trying to like survive here. Oh, I can take that. Different design. Okay. Oh shit. Oh. Scared the shit out of me. Okay, I think this might be... But, it's strange. I need to keep this open by firing a red, which could be combined with blue and green. Both of them are inside here. I can't really keep them open. I guess I could stand on one and hopefully that will kickstart the whole thing. Okay, I also need to try to not crisscross if I could. What will this do? Nice. So it will become a rainbow. I wonder if it's still Pink Floyd inspired.
Whee! The bridge ring seems to be fully charged now. Try accessing the tower, 1K.
Yeah. I guess it's a good time to end this. Oh boy. Well, I don't know. I don't like in which direction it went. It seems like they got bigger budget, or well, definitely there's more production, but it just doesn't feel justified, needed. I feel like they just overdid it and they didn't really have a good vision for it. I don't know. It's the story part in the beginning was way too long, and they decided to make this about the actual world outside of the Matrix, but it doesn't make much sense. And then the maps are huge, very annoying. Unreal Engine kind of sucks. I don't know, maybe I don't know, like, do people also have the same problems as me. With like frames and how it all looks. Yeah, especially like I was playing just after Talos Principle 1, and like seeing these tutorial ones where you like do the puzzles, they look horribly worse visually, just visually. I guess we'll see where it goes. And like the terminals before, they tried it to be old-timey. Now they're more like modern, but it also not what androids would do. Not really. And it doesn't really resemble social media in any way too. It feels just like a computer game menu. I'll still finish it, but yeah, it's not a great first impression. Alright, see ya.